Bitcoin just started a fresh 60-day cycle. The SEC case against Ripple is over. What is happening with the XRP price? What is happening with Ethereum? All of that in today's video. Let's jump straight into it. Okay, Bitcoin guys just confirmed a new 60-day cycle. Why? Because we have been setting a low in the 60-day cycle low time frame, and right now we broke above the 10-day moving average. This is visible on the Will Potter website on the 60-day cycle counter. You can see that right now we are on day 5. This is a very positive sign, and it shows me that the likely direction for Bitcoin right now is up, like we have been expecting for the coming 2 to 4 weeks. It is definitely up, and then in 4 weeks we have to reassess again what is happening. Is it losing momentum? What's going on? Or do we really start gaining some momentum right here? Because that's possible in the time frame that we are right now, because we are very late in this bull cycle. And just zooming out, guys, from a very macro perspective, let me just get rid of that moving average, but just zooming out from a macro perspective, and maybe I should put it on a weekly time frame. We have this neckline right here. You even could call this like technically an inverse head and shoulders, right, which normally doesn't really act as a continuation pattern, but I'm just showing the neckline right here. This is the resistance level is what counts. So we have a touch right here, right here, right here, right here, but if we zoom in, we actually broke above this level. So we changed market structure, then we come back down to test the former resistance as support. This is extremely bullish. This means that Bitcoin just transitioned in a new market structure, and the way that we did that was also extremely bullish, because the correction that we have seen right here was not that big. Right, so a couple of things that I personally have stated, and I've stated that actually for here actually at these levels. Couple of things that I've said is that based on GAN methods that I've applied, Bitcoin should reach $130,000 by the end of August. I still think that is very likely. Looking at this price action, it's just a jump of like 15k from the levels that we are right now in a matter of 3 weeks. I think that's definitely still possible and still on the table. Another thing that I've said is that August will be the moment that the Bitcoin dominance has been topping, and that a lot of money is flowing to altcoins, and we are also seeing that already right now. It's not yet confirmed, but it's definitely looking very, very positive for both of these outcomes, right? Well, they were made right here when it was not looking so positive, so that I find very interesting. Then guys, I want to go with you to this news article, the SEC Ripple lawsuit to end after joint agreement to drop appeals. Okay, so apparently the Ripple case finally is over after years and years and years, and we actually have seen the COO of Ripple selling his bag, or like selling quite a big chunk of his bag. We've made a video about that the other day. Right now, Ripple is actually pumping a little bit higher. Am I bullish on Ripple? Well, there are still I definitely think that Ripple can see higher levels this bull market, right? But I'm looking at from a risk to reward ratio aspect. And when you have, for example, that's why I'm positioned in Litecoin right now, because for Ripple to double to $6 or $7 is more difficult than, for example, for Litecoin to double to $240, right? Because of the risk to reward ratio and all of these charts. So Ripple is definitely looking bullish and is looking strong also after the news. You would actually expect, guys, a little bit more strength in the XRP price, but we are also hovering around resistance. But just imagine for Ripple to double or for a Litecoin to double, it's going to be easier for a Litecoin to double, if you ask me. That's why I'm right now more positioned in Litecoin, because I feel that there is more opportunity going on right there. And that chart actually does look pretty good, because we are right now really tapping at the resistance, trading at $123. And I think the moment this breaks out, we will get such a expansion of momentum, because it is a 7-year. You have to look at the market sometimes as in emotional state, right? Going through these emotional waves, and 7 years this has been compressed, And once the lid is removed after 7 years, we can see some massive candles, and that's basically exactly the same thing, guys, what we have seen with XRP. So XRP also has seen a very long consolidation, similar as Litecoin, like let's call it 7 years roughly, maybe even 7 to 8 years, 7 years. And the moment the lid got off, we got a very big push. It tripled in just a very short amount of time. And the thing with Litecoin is Litecoin has even a smaller market cap, which is it needs less liquidity to make similar moves as what XRP did. So this is just something that these are just thoughts that are on my mind, and that's the reason why I'm not right now positioned into Litecoin rather than XRP. But I do see XRP gaining some strength after this news. But like I said, some conflicting things, because I would expect maybe a little bit more momentum on XRP. But I still think that XRP will set higher levels during this bull market. Okay, guys, then let's go to Ethereum. And this is an interesting chart because we actually have the first cycle low right here. I put that on a Monday, but the cycle low actually happened on the weekend, so that's pretty interesting. We have a very clear ABC correction, also very beautiful. The bounce of Ethereum is super beautiful, and we not even have seen full moon. So often, once full moon is starting, we can see increase in momentum. So if that would be the case this time, it would be even better with the setup that we have on Ethereum. So this also falls into place with what we've been saying, that right now it's going to be the time for Ethereum. And it looks like it might be the time for Ethereum and Litecoin, because Litecoin against Ethereum also is a chart that is looking pretty good. But I do think that Ethereum will gain a lot of momentum. It's actually doing already so. And once it breaks 4K, we really can see an acceleration going on in Ethereum, if you ask me. So guys, that was it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If so, make sure to smash up the like button down below. Subscribe if you are new right here. We've actually been doing the price action of crypto the last month very well. So yeah, let's just keep that going. Keep that going, guys. Okay, wish you all a beautiful day, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video. Bye bye.